Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the drive along here. Let me take down the solar shield. Perfect. All right, turn on the lights. Let's put my seatbelt on. It is nighttime now. Boy, I had a full day of driving. No bike riding today, no exercise. I had to spend a whole day with my number two, and my number two is complaining about not getting any candy. I tell my number two, candy's at home. My number two doesn't believe me. Anyways, it's nighttime driving now. Nighttime driving. Okay. So let's see how the gimbal handles night driving. Alright. So I wore the visor, the soft body armor, high visibility soft body armor from Safeguard Armor. Works just fine. I'm telling you, you don't have to be covert about some things. It'd be nice if they actually made a vest that looks like a regular vest, or designed in a way that looks like a regular vest, or was colored in a way, or had some exterior, like leather kind of looking vest, or some other kind of material than what they have, which is black, white, and then this high visibility, and then the tactical, body armor and everything. If they had like a regular vest, I think anyway, maybe not, just regular like casual looking kind of vest. I know it'd be a little bit thicker, but it's possible you can covertly wear soft body armor and not raise any eyebrows whatsoever. I guess it's your situation. I wear the high visibility vest because I ride the bike. I wear a high visibility hat along with the buff, so it kind of like when people look at it, they go, oh, this guy must, I don't know, want to be seen. Be safe, be seen, that kind of whole thing. So in that case, it works. It works fine for me. So anyways, I don't know how it looks on the camera, but I'm driving at night. This is a night drive. I don't know if you can see anything or not. Probably not. But I can see plenty. It's probably nothing but darkness. You're probably seeing nothing but darkness out here. It's hilarious. I'm trying to focus on the dark parts here. There we go. Maybe you can see that. Maybe not. Zion Q doesn't do a great job focusing at night, but anyways, we'll see how it looks on video. I'm always checking it. Anyways, it's probably a little blurry. Night driving is kind of tough, but let's see how that handles. There we go. At least you can see my hand on the inside. Maybe not. So I was watching a video. You know, now that I'm into like electronic bikes, I have a Rad Rover and a Rad Mini myself. I'm watching another YouTuber. His name is Kobe Vision. His YouTube channel. I think he rides a Rad Rover, an older model, 2016 or 17 model, and he's testing out and sampling different e-bikes. One of them is a juiced bike, the Rip Current, or he has a cross current, and then now he may be getting a Rip Current. I'm kind of eager to see more videos on that. This whole torque sensor is the big selling point, and well, the Rip Current is the Rip Current S. It's another fat buyer fat tire bike. Sorry about that. A fat tire bike, and of course, different manufacturer, has a different battery setup, and also it has a torque sensor. Throttle's on the left side. The controller is a little different. The display is different. They have like only 3 kind of modes. So I think that's interesting. I'm always now that I have an e-bike, and I enjoy using an e-bike. I'm actually looking forward to seeing other e-bikes. You know, I got the Rad Rover. A couple factors. The main factor, okay, the biggest factor was probably the price point, and you know what it offered for the price point, and it offered a lot. You know, they market themselves as a consumer direct company, and that saves a lot of overhead cost. That cuts out a lot of the middlemen, and that makes it more affordable to me. And that's one of the biggest things that I liked about it, and so that's why I bought it. And it's a pretty decent bike. I mean, if you want, you can gut it and upgrade it from its base model. But anyways, this whole torque sensor thing, I looked into it, and I saw another video. You know, cadence versus torque, and I want to know, how does the torque sensor work? How does it know? And it turns out that it as the chain stretches, or the chain pulls, right, as the chain pulls on the gears in the back of the rear tire, it also pulls onto the torque by a smidgen, and that tolerance, that different tolerance, is what makes the sensor, the torque sensor, work. As the chain is as you pedal and you're putting more pressure onto the chain, the chain kind of stretches. And that stretching, I mean, chains stretch naturally anyway, so I wonder how that's going to work, because over time, when you get your bike, it's probably tight, but over time, your chain's going to stretch, and it stretches quite a bit. So as you ride longer and longer, you know, there could be a chance where you have to, you know, adjust your torque sensor for the chain stretch. So the harder you ride it, the more torque you put onto that chain, the more of the sensor is not going to be activated. So that's kind of interesting. A little different than the cadence sensor, which is just magnets around the crankshaft, and as you just pedal and the magnets turn, and the sensor senses the magnets turning, it just turns on the rear hub motor at a certain wattage. And that's all it does. Literally, that's all it does. And so I haven't tried a torque sensing bike I haven't had it. I've never ridden a bike with the torque sensor, so I can't say. But I can talk about the cadence sensor, and for me, it works. It works. And you know, if I want to put more power, the weird thing is, you know, people make it sound like the torque sensor is more faster or something. I'm not sure why that would be. All it does is that as you pedal and you pedal harder, the torque, the sensor is being pulled, and that pulling causes the sensor to tell the motor to put more power into it. And then as more power is put into the rear, the chain basically doesn't get stretched out as much, or doesn't pull on the torque sensor, and so, you know, you only get X far. So the pedaling part, I don't know. I never tried it. Maybe if I try it, I'd like it, but you know, I would think maybe in the future bikes will come that way, you know, cadence and torque sensing. Does it need it? Maybe. That's kind of the reason why I think you have the twist throttle. Is the twist throttle gives you that little push, but I guess if you want to go faster, right now, I mean the fastest speed I'm going on the Rad Rover has been recorded on video with a speedometer, a GPS speedometer, 32 miles an hour, and that was on flat. That wasn't even on downhill. That was flat. I probably had some wind behind me to do that, but the fact is, I pedaled. All right, I pedaled it, and that's how fast I got it to go. On average, most of the time it goes up to 27, 28 miles an hour on flat ground. Again, I did do a controller hack where I set the wheel size. I did set the wheel size at a lower size. That may have an effect on it, but who knows? Who knows? Sorry, my windshield's all kind of weird. Windshield is all weird. So, a little glow from the windshield. So this is what it looks like during the night, my little drive-alongs. Probably have to clean the windshield. But I can see just fine. Just that you guys can't see. Anyways, so that's kind of what I noticed. That's what I discovered about torque sensors versus cadence sensors. Cadence sensors seem to work for me right now. Maybe, you know, if I ever try out a torque sensor, I'll be like, wow, you know, torque sensor is the bomb or something, but who knows. So learning a lot, enjoying being a part of the whole e-bike experience. I think that is the future that is coming, and I've always been ahead of the curve to the point where I think in the next 5 to 10 years, yeah, you'll see more and more people riding electric bikes. I mean, most people don't ride their bikes more than 10 miles, you know, at one time anyway. So electric bikes have that range of 10 miles. And so it's just a matter of the cost. Is it going to stay high or is it going to come down? And most of that cost is the battery. A third of that cost is the battery. But what you get out of it, I mean, it is a lot of fun. You do get an enjoyable riding experience. So I have fun with it. The only concern I have is the battery life itself. The battery life may only, you know, last you 3 to 5 years, depending on how often you use it. The less you use it, the shorter the lifespan. The more often you use it, and you have to use it all the time, the longer the life of the battery will last. So that's the thing. So if you actually ride a bike or if you plan on really riding a bike like every day or very often, getting an electric bike will work really well for you. If you just buy a bike and you ride it like once a month, you shouldn't get an electric bike. Okay, you should probably not get an electric bike. The battery will just die out on you. If you're gonna do it, you should use the battery every day as much as you can. Top it off every day. That's the way to maintain it, really. Anyways, I'm almost home. I'm about like maybe another couple minutes before I get home. That is my little rant today. Oh. Okay. So, anyways, I had fun today. Fun all day, actually. Enjoyed the day to relaxing. Didn't ride a bike, didn't work out, didn't do anything. Just spent some quality time with my number 2, which I'm surprised my number 1 hasn't called me to pick me up or say anything. But anyways, I'm home. Hopefully she won't call me once I get home and tell me like, you need to pick me up or something. Maybe my wife picked her up or something. My wife likes to do that, you know. She likes to come out at the last minute looking good, but put very little work into everything. Alright, almost there. Almost there. Oh, hit that yellow light. Made it. Made that yellow light. Anyhow, I'm almost there. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. Almost there. Well, I hope you all enjoyed watching the videos that I make. I mean, I actually make them for myself, but I share with you. And if you enjoyed that experience, good. If you didn't enjoy that experience, well, that sucks for you. I don't know what to say. Some people get, some people are just complainers. They just complain about life all the time. There's a lot of people that are like that. They just complain and have nothing to offer. Really, they're just and complainers. People who complain don't do anything for you. They don't really help you improve. They don't do anything. It's like if you own a business, you have that customer that comes in like at one time and then complains about everything, right? Everybody else are repeat customers. They come in, they buy from you, they help you stay open for business, they make you profitable. Except that one customer that comes in with that one time to buy that one small little $1, $2 item and complains about everything, right? Makes a complaint, wants you to change everything. Some people are like that. I tend to just stay away from those people. Or I just tell them, I double the price. Pain in the ass fee. That's what you got to do. You got to charge them a pain in the ass fee. Get those people away. I park backwards because it's easier to pull out when I need to. Pulling out. Excellent. Well, I enjoyed my day. All right. Bye.